welcome to the Ark Summer Bash. So, let's take a look at these, shall we? Now, to do it quickly, I have used admin commands on my single player. I've put out the cooking pots, I've put out preserving bins with the bits in. One word of advice for you is, this cooking pot was here before. I actually had this since the archaeology event, and for some reason on my single player, I still have the archaeology skins in there, and it doesn't show up the other ones. So I did put down a cooking pot yesterday to check if the event was live. It didn't show anything. When I came back on today and the event was live, that cooking pot still didn't actually show anything. So you may have to place a new cooking pot down, just to warn you. On single player, I'm not sure about servers. Anyway, here we go. Here's all the bits. We've got Dino Uncle Sam hat, the Survivor Uncle Sam hat, the taffies, or the candies, which we'll get to later, the swimwear. So we've got Alpha Raptor bottoms, T-Rex bottoms, floral bottoms, Gigapoop, and then you've got the tops for all of those as well. One thing to point out quickly is, obviously, in this one, I am a man. However, if you put the female top on, come on, we've all considered it sometimes when we're bored. I know I have. On Ark only, of course. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. If you put the female top on, like so, then all it does is simply hides your top armour. But it's kind of like the transparent birthday suit bit they used to do. So at least that's something. And we'll go back and have a look to the rest of them after getting distracted by that, sorry. We'll also chuck that in there. So you've got the tops. Then you've got your firework rocket skin, rocket launcher skin, which you can get anywhere in the game if you actually get certain trophies. The same with the flare gun skin, and the same with the sparkler. We also have the two emotes, which is the Archer Flex and the Bicep Smooch. Now, the good thing is, all they need is 3 different bits. So on this one, for instance, we have the cooked jerky. I'm just going to chuck these out. And we'll keep that, why not? So we're going to get some cooked jerky. There we go. Oh, sorry, not cooked jerky, cooked prime meat. So we'll go into here, we'll transfer all of those over, we'll go into holiday, we'll light it, and this is what you're going to need for the actual swimwear bits. I'm not going to bother making any. Well, I suppose we can, can't we? And that's all we can make in there at the moment. That one, that one. There we go. In the next set we have prime meat jerky. So we'll take all that, put back the spark powder, we'll go into this one, we'll transfer all, go into the holiday bit, and on this, interesting. So you can use the prime meat jerky to also make the outfits. But past that, there's the 2 emotes, which we shall make up. You can make up multiples of these, so you could actually keep them for a friend if you want to. Obviously, well, I say obviously, I'm quite sure if, for instance, you make these on single player or something, it's not like you will permanently learn them. I will have a check out on that for you. But you just simply go in like this, here it is, learn it, learn it. Emotes, Archer Flex, and emotes. There we go. So, cheesy, fun, etc, etc. Now, on the last ones we have just plain and simple cooked meat. And it is just cooked meat, but trust me, it's actually worth keeping. Sandwich. We're going to have a quick look and see if we can use the prime meat jerky for this one. If you can hear any noises in the background, I do apologise. Next door's actually getting some work done, and I thought they'd stopped, but it appears they haven't. So, joys. Now, the cooked meats simply do the skins for the rocket launcher, the flare gun, the sparkler, and more importantly though, it does the candies. So we're going to do that, transfer all of that back in, oh, not that, transfer that back, drop that, And as a word of advice, this is the one that's actually worth it. Now, the idea of them is that they can actually change the colour of your creatures and such. However, there is something else that they didn't mention. Really? Really? Right. Which is... let's just make them up, shall we? And I'll show you that way. Now, as I said, they're going to do the colours for your dinosaurs. But apart from that, what you don't realise until you're actually making them is, you get 3 different sorts of candy. I'm guessing it's only 3 different sorts. I've made 45 different candies, and all I've got is the primitive, which is also quite good, that it tells you there what the colours are. Although I suppose only if you know what region's which. And then you get, if I can get to it, Mastercraft. And if you look there, there's a 10% movement speed buff. For the primitive, it's a 5%. I'll take all that out. I'll put all this meat back in. Come on, come on, come on. We'll give this one more try. And as it is, I found out that I could put in roughly, I think it was every 15 or so. I think out of 45 I got 3 Ascendant candies. Might have been 4, I will show you in a second as I have them all in a box. But as you can see there, like I said, 10% movement speed buff, 5% movement speed buff for primitive or Mastercraft. Now still at the moment we haven't actually made any Ascendant stuff, so now I'm going to cheat in some cooked meat just to try it one more time. Excuse my poor typing. It's definitely not cock meat. Right. Hang on, what are we in? We're in the bloody preserving bin then. Weird. Right. So we're back in. Chuck all that in. Actually, take all them out. Chuck all this in. Woo. There we go. And take one out. Pop a bit of that in. Chuck that back. Back into the holiday bit. And make up another 7 candies. I got to admit, after not playing on the single player for so long, playing now and seeing the difference in the stack sizes of only being able 30 pieces of meat rather than the hundreds that we have when it's changed with the ini files on the server, it's kind of painful. So here we go. And there it is, look, right there. 1 Ascendant piece of candy, or swirl taffy. Movement speed plus 15%. So, just to be clear as well, here's what our hat looks like on our gorgeous mammoth. Put that out, put that out, put that out, you know, stay green, help the environment, all that jazz. And we're going to run down here, as I've got a couple more creatures and tames, and we can actually show you what these do. Now, this is the first one that I tried it out on. It's an Ankylo. As you can see, it's now got yellow and blue and blah blah blah. I don't know if the colours stay, but if you look when you're on it, taming effect on the top right there, and you get 24 hours to start with. And that's for its movement speed. This one had an extra, I think it was 10% buff. Unless I'm mistaken, I can't see anywhere where that buff is. It was at 135% before I started. So it doesn't change the speed on there permanently. So if we, for instance, go over to the Quetzal here, and let's do a quick race, shall we? We'll go from these stones here, and we'll go, ooh, I don't know, over to the campfires. How about that? So, as you can see, it's not exactly the fastest things in the world. So it was around about 22 flaps for the Quetzal to get here. Any of you that paid attention, congratulations. I didn't, sorry. And trying to talk at the same time as counting didn't really help. So there we go. We've eaten the candy. Oh, hello. Did that not just change the colour of my Quetzal? I do believe it did. As you can see though, it has boosted it up a little bit. Now, I don't know if these stack. Should we try, shall we? Helps if I give it to the tame really, doesn't it? Rather than trying to eat it myself. No, looking at that, it hasn't stacked it up, it's just replaced one with the other. So if you don't like them, you can replace them. Well, what do we think would be a good colour? Now, I have seen some of these come out as many oranges. Whether that's meant to mean something about a certain president or anything, I don't know. And as if I would suggest such a thing, I mean, how dare you? But there we go. There's the candies. And just to show you, as I'd said, I got in this whole box worth, and out of that we got 45 candies. 1, 2, 3 were Ascendant. However, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Mastercraft. So that's not too bad. That's basically 1 every 4. So yeah, there we go. So then, people, there we are. There's our fancy ammo, which obviously we can't see very well. There's your Stars and Stripes rockets. Here's your Stars and Stripes flares. Ready? And last but not least, here's your sparkler. So hip hip hooray. So at this point, we would say farewell to all of you. However, there is one other thing we do want to show you, which is, apart from having all these fancy bits and the candy to change colours and all that jazz, you can also dye them. So let's, for instance, take a bit of that, take a bit of that, and take a bit of that. Why not just look horrible? That's a simple case. If you need your dyes, you can go into it. If we go for that one, and go for this. I can't actually see where that's affecting, I won't lie. Yeah, don't know if any of you can see that. Why not that one? And last but not least, a nice god-awful colour. There we go. How about a bit of an Irish American? American Irish, to be fair, to be fair. So now we've got that all sorted. And there it is. Look at that, eh? Snazzy. Who wouldn't want a green, black, and olive, yellow, I don't know, Uncle Sam hat, eh? Here we are. So, I will see you all soon. Until the next time, stay beautiful, people. Oh, didn't work with it. Till the next time, stay beautiful, people.